everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features two teams.
In its final season now as an NFL stadium, there's a look inside the Georgia Dome in downtown Atlanta. Today we've got a good NFC matchup lined up here between the San Francisco 49ers and the Atlanta Falcons. This is taken near the 13. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by the third overall pick of the 2008 draft, the man they call Matty Ice, quarterback Matt Ryan.
Always knew he'd be a gym rat, very cerebral player, a guy that beats you with his mind as well as his physical attributes. The best part, poise under pressure. He knows how to bring a team back in the fourth quarter.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Ryan, and Jones has it over the middle. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
I know that's their first connection in this game, but you and I both know that Julio Jones is without a doubt his quarterback's favorite target.
Oh, yeah, Matt Ryan loves this guy.
Yeah, and the reason that he's that is because of his dependability. And quarterbacks have to have that from their receivers, meaning they know where they're going to be when they're running certain routes. They don't break them on them. They don't change them up and do their own freelance stuff and put their quarterbacks in bad situations. Matt Ryan has ultimate trust in Julio Jones.
The left side completion to Jones. 12 yards there as they move the chains. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball. And sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Back to the ground, it's Ridley again. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. So let's take a look here at the key inactives. And, Charles, I guess you get this late in the year, you expect to see some guys populating on this list.
You're exactly right. No one's happy about it, but it really shouldn't be a surprise. So the guys who are playing in their spots, in their stead, they have to step up now and make big plays for their team.
And he's brought down after a good gain. Well, the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And the head coach reaches for the red flag, tosses it down on the field. He wants a challenge here. From the 4-yard line, it's 1st and goal now. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked number 1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
They'll run. It's Stephen Ridley. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Trying to finish off this opening drive. From the 3, this is 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, Ryan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
First carry for Carlos Hyde. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
And Carlos Hyde's such a physical, tough runner. People are talking about him changing his style. I don't think he should change a thing, and I know he wants to add catching the ball to his arsenal as well.
One thing's for sure, he said in the offseason, he told us he's happy to be in a Chip Kelly offense, isn't he?
No doubt about it.
And Cap, of course, was a great baseball player, drafted as a pitcher. He kind of showed his arm right there, didn't he?
Yeah, he let that one go, didn't he? That was a catcher putting down the number ones.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. They run it again with Hyde. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football. They'll need to convert a 3rd and 7, though, to start things out. To throw, it's Kaepernick. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. On second down, here's Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Throwing now is Kaepernick. Well, he just threw an interception last drive. Nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of the difference between driving on those paved roads and those country roads that have those potholes in them, isn't it? 'Cause that's the way this game's going right now. A lot of bouncy bounce to it.
You spent some time on some Tennessee country roads.
I certainly had. Plenty of family back there. God love them.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Well, the coaches mentioned they weren't as concerned about big play offense. They thought they could get some shorter, quicker stuff and be consistent. And that's kind of what they showed there.
What they saw in preparation, what they saw on film, is a defense that likes to get out fast in terms of coverage, meaning they either bail out or they give them a lot of space to throw the underneath stuff, so they decide they'd take advantage of it and worked on it hard in practice this week.
A dump off for Davis. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Kaepernick, they're going for it on 4. And it's caught by Selleck. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
Steps away. They find some open field here. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Now that looked like the Colin Kaepernick we got to know early in his career. Able to scramble and pick up a first down. We haven't seen as much of that in recent times.
Yeah, you always got the size to do it. Out of high school, 6'5", 170, but now 230, and we see what he can do with that frame.
And I heard people didn't want to step in as a hitter against him because he's a pretty darn good pitcher in high school, too.
92-mile-per-hour fastball in high school. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. They lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field.
Now, that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one. But
and he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Brandon Williams in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. A final shot before half for Kaepernick. A bullet throw, but incomplete. So we have reached, and never mind, Larry. These two teams apparently anxious to get back at it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or do they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Well, they've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
Into the red zone now. Kaepernick to the right side. Caught by Selleck. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Again, they'll throw with Kaepernick. And he fires one incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Kaepernick now to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Steps away to his left, and they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Colin Kaepernick with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. And, oh, it's blocked. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I remember when they changed the rule, and there's a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now, much more of a field goal attempt, and the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more block.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was snapped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just standing.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
and get 2 points.
They can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
Now Ridley. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a 3rd and about 5.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. And he's got Sanu. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a 1st down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
This is Ridley. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's why you see so many teams play a 3-4 defense, because that set gives you a lot of flexibility about where to bring pressure from, and it's hard for an offense to pick it up. Left side, right side, up the middle, especially with some really flexible linebackers.
Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And it's 3rd down. And the offense looking to pick up the 1st down after the 2nd down incompletion. On 3rd down, Ryan. He's got time in the pocket. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Here's Matt Bosher now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Harris now to return. Back now in Atlanta. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. Now Kaepernick eluding the pressure right. Torrey Smith, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Kaepernick again here on 2nd and 10. Smith catches left side. And he's brought down. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Quarterbacks like throwing the slant route, but they have to be careful about ball placement. They have to put it in a spot that makes sure the receiver has his body in front of the defender.
On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Hyde, the lone man in the backfield. Throwing now is Kaepernick. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, it's a first-round pick, Keanu Neal. And they will take.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On second down, Ryan connects with Sanu right side. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there at 22. And the defense in desperate need of a stop. They have to get off the field and get the ball back to their offense if they want a chance. They'll run with Ridley. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
And now a high kick, but he hit it straight up. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Niners are going to take possession, albeit deep in their own territory. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation. Late games.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And the defense will try and pin their ears back and get pressure again here after the sack. It's 3rd down.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 22 yards on the pickup there. And on 4th and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left. Thought he may have gotten away with one there, but the ref caught him, and it's holding. Fresh set of downs here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Back to throw. That'll be incomplete. incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. And the 49ers going to take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Well, Charles...